Greetings! I founded another settlement, as you can see, and I did record that. Unfortunately, the footage was unusable because I'm trying different settings in my recording software to try to improve the quality because I know the last videos were a bit blurry. Thank you, Acularius, for the suggestions. They were very helpful. However, I changed things a bit too much and there were problems. Whatever. Anyway, I founded this city called Woodcut. I founded it with 60 people, and it already has 104, and it is growing very rapidly. Also, as you can see, the wood shortage is now totally solved. I am making so much pottery. I think things are going really well. And I will show you Woodcut, and I will skip the loading screen because I'm that cool. Editing the videos, having a higher video quality, ha! Before you know it, I'll have 10 million subscribers. Anyway, I should have settled this tile long ago. Even though it's not on the way to the gold province, which is annoying, it has so much wood. I am not harvesting nearly all the wood in this map, and I'm already at 12 production. Also, this map has obsidian, which I'm not mining at the moment because I just don't have enough people to fill all the jobs. But most importantly, this map has 4 sources of fish that are all really close to each other. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12 fish. So I plan to actually export fish from this province and send them to Solburg, which has a bit of a shortage of fish. That'll be amazing. I also just got some different technologies. I unlocked fishing boats, which doesn't do anything by itself, but I think it prepares the way for level 3 fishers, which I think produce something like 5 fish per fisher pig, which is just ridiculous. This one produces 3 anyway. I also recently got charcoal, which allows me to turn wood into charcoal, which is a more efficient fuel, so that should help our wood shortage even more. In any case, this is the tile. It has a natural sources of carrots, and so I just made a farm and also some fields to cover that, and the rest of it is just woodcutters. All over. Woodcutters, woodcutters, woodcutters. And I still need to build some more fishing areas as well. I just didn't have enough resources to do that. And also there's plenty of fertile land as well, so I could do some farming here. This tile is just really good. I should not have avoided it. Anyway, I'll show you Solburg now and skip the loading screen. Busy I have been. As you can see, I built another dock. And with that second dock, I now have this one. I am importing clay from Clay Dig as well. So now this settlement is just not running out of any resources. Well, except for wool, I guess. And yeah, well, it's running out of far fewer resources. And I plan also to turn Clay Dig into a potato plantation and then import all those potatoes here, which means that these people will have 6 sources of food, which will improve their life quality even more. It's quite exciting. Also, my horse production is coming along quite nicely. I think I'll probably have the 2 horses necessary to get this victory point in around probably 2 days or so, more or less. Also, I'm producing plenty of wood per cycle, although these charcoal clamps will probably change that. I'm not sure how much wood each one uses, so 4 might be a bit too many. Anyway, I've expanded my cloth production. I actually have reduced my tool production because I just don't need that many at the moment. Oh, what else? We're producing plenty of clay. I also built some doctors as well. Those are very important. But now we have some doctoring. Not enough to cover everyone, but there's at least some. Where's the button I'm looking for? Here. You can see the amount of sickness has been very slightly reduced. Typically about half of your newborns will die. And here you can see that's slightly less than half are dying. So the doctoring is helping. What else? What else? I think that's all really. Anyway, my plan is to someday, finally, have money again. And then I'll get this obsidian weapons thing. I will also get level 2 markets for sure, and I need to get tanners as well. And I'd like to get level 2 butchers and level 2 weapon makers for sure. And builders. I need a lot of stuff, but for all that I need money. And money I don't have very much of. And that's sort of the problem, that I keep expanding and expanding and expanding, but it doesn't actually help my income, because I have to keep paying for all of my expansion. Oh well. Anyway. That's not really why I'm here. Oh yes, I also changed my name to King in Kingdom. So I suppose I'll be back once, I don't know. Something happens. Hello! Actually, not very much has happened since I last recorded. I did make more potato farms in Claydig, and now I'm importing 12 potatoes and selling them. So now we have 6 kinds of food, which is increasing our health and population by quite a lot. However, that's not why I started recording. Oh yeah, also I failed to research some technology. I finally had some money, because I have a good income now, but unfortunately, I just failed with really high percentage chance of succeeding, which stinks. So now I have to wait quite a while. Whatever. Anyway, that's not why I started recording. I started recording because it's barbarians. They're back. And this made me laugh. Greetings, trade. You what? You what? You want me to give you metallurgy and currency and charcoal just for 2,000 coins? No. No. So if he has coins, so I can finally refuse these as well. If he has coins, that means that he has a fair exchange. But if he doesn't have currency, that means he must be running low on money. And so I bet he doesn't even actually have the 2,000 coins to give me. Anyway, I just found that to be quite humorous. Other than that, I'm still just trying to increase my horse production enough to get the victory points. And I also forgot what I wanted to say. Yeah, I'm mostly just waiting to get money, waiting to get victory points. So that's that, I guess. Woo! I did it! I did a thing! Yes, I'll explain the changes you're seeing on the screen in just a moment, but I did it! I just a moment ago, completed the victory condition of getting +2 horses. Hooray! Yippee! Great stuff. I'm making lots of horses now. And now that I've completed that victory condition, time for me to destroy all of these horse farms because I don't need them anymore. What's this one? Total population of... I cannot read that because of this UI update. I think it's 1,920. That's quite a lot. So anyway, another reason I'm recording now is that there has been an update to the game which overhauled the UI. As you can see, there's a different scroll bar over here. However, this UI has various problems. For one thing, it's incredibly difficult to read. As you can see, this is all rather blurry and jagged, and also these technology boxes don't display properly, and there are probably other problems I just haven't found yet. Like this cannot be read. Other changes are that leadership now gives +10 more state power than it used to, so we can make another city later. But I'm not doing that right now, because right now I don't want to spend any money. I just want to focus on accumulating funds so that I can get what is really important now, transaction tracking, which allows me to build scribes. And scribes then will reduce my waste. And as you can see, waste is a huge problem. My income is being massively reduced by waste. and that will continue to hamper me until I fix it. Other news, I upgraded this clay digger so that now he can exploit all of these clay tiles, and so I was able to destroy this clay digger. I've also reached 200 hammers and hoes, and I've decided that's enough. I don't need to make any more of them. Oh, what else? Oh yes, I upgraded my foundry so that this one foundry is now capable of handling all the copper by itself, which means I need less charcoal, which actually means that I don't need very much wood anymore. In fact, the whole settlement of woodcut, which I created to import wood, may not actually be necessary at all. In fact, I might just be able to forget the settlement, abandon it, or, interestingly, I could make it a colony, which is a button on one of these screens. Here it is. And you click colony, and, well, that's not really legible anyway. Basically, if I make it a colony, that means that another player can take control of the city. A new player, that is, would spawn into the game in control of that city, and that city would become that new player's capital, and that player would then be my vassal. And the player would pay me taxes. And so then that player would expand his civilization, and then we would sort of help each other and be neighbors. And I think that's an interesting idea of what to do with woodcut, because I don't really need it anymore. Well, I guess I would lose the fish imports if I did that, but that's not a huge problem. In any case, I also have a pretty huge population surplus, 25 inactives. I don't really know what to do with all of them. I suppose I'll use them to expand into the tin-producing province, or tile, to the north. However, for that I need money and tools and things, and right now I'm much more concerned about getting transaction tracking, so I won't do anything. I will just sit and wait to accumulate money. Oh, what else has happened? That's it. Built some more warehouses. Built some more granaries. That's all, yeah. Oh yes, built some more houses as well. So anyway, now I wait, as usual. Good news and bad news. The bad news is there's still graphical errors, and the UI still is not so great. As you can see, this is still difficult to read, but the good news is the UI has been scaled properly, and so now it is actually legible. Anyway, I'm researching technologies, getting transaction tracking, which is extremely important because this waste problem here is just crippling my income, and I desperately need to make money. Though you'll notice my income is significantly higher right now than it was a moment ago when you last saw. I'll explain that in a moment. I also got this, governors, plus 50 city administration, which costs 30 administrative power and 5 coins, but that administrative power cost is pretty intense. However, I need the city administration to reduce waste, because waste is produced primarily by city administration. No, wait, that's not shown here. Waste, there. Local administration helps. So higher administration equals less waste, and I need to reduce waste. Also, I have way too many people in Solburg. Solburg's population has increased too much. As the population increases, the conflict increases and the loyalty decreases. And this becomes more and more of a problem as my administration is not capable of dealing with that. I haven't researched the higher level administrations yet, so my kingdom is somewhat strained by the size of my capital, and I haven't researched transaction tracking, which means I can't build scribes, which means I can do nothing about the waste, and so I am pretty heavily crippled by my lack of income due to having too high a population, because too high a population causes more waste. So I have deliberately disabled quite a lot of food production, and I plan to cause a bit of a population collapse. And hopefully the extra people will die, and that won't be a problem. Also, I'll make a lot of transaction tracking. I also built many more elders' councils for more justice, although that's still not nearly enough. What else? I also have just turned off a lot of my manufactories. That's also hurting my income, because I just don't need resources at the moment. I have so much of everything that I'm just kind of good, but I don't want to use my resources because that spends money, and I need money to research technologies, and I need technologies for everything. So I'm just kind of stuck. And so I turned off a lot of my manufactories, but turning those off means that my income was reduced because there are no longer these people working who I can tax. So it's this unfortunate situation. However, it will be resolved eventually. I do have a decent income now because... Oh yeah, this is still broken. Because woodcut is a colony now. I clicked... no, not this. I clicked this button, and I made it a colony, which means that I no longer have control of woodcut. However, woodcut is now eligible to be inherited by another player. And if that other player joins the game, that player would become my Margrave. I've made another rank in my kingdom hierarchy, and if a player spawns, the player would become the Margrave of woodcut, and these various things would apply: 10% income tax, 10% power transfer. I think that's pretty good. I hope I get a Margrave. I also need to kill these barbarians at some point. I'm not really worried about it because the tile they're occupying sucks, but anyway, because I no longer control woodcut, that means that I no longer have to pay the state power for it. And because my state power increased, that means that my loyalty is increasing too, which was a big problem. I also increased the number of guards in Solburg by quite a lot as well. I was producing, I think, 4 point something earlier. Now I'm at 12.6 because I need the guards to increase loyalty. Because with the last patch, the patch yesterday, loyalty calculation apparently was a bit changed, and a lot of people have been having problems with it. For example, if you look in the south here, this city has rebelled. And it was somebody's capital earlier, although this guy did go inactive. Still, he lost control of his capital city, so I'm a bit worried. So I built more guard towers just to be safe. I don't think I need to worry about Claydig or Copperhill rebelling, though. Their populations are too low. Claydig is fine, Copperhill is fine. Also, I've realized that I don't really need wood anymore because I unlocked charcoal. Charcoal is just so much... It's just a much better fuel source, so I can do a lot more with less wood. And so the wood production of Claydig is sufficient. So Claydig is producing just gobs and gobs of wood that I don't need. So I'm just sort of ignoring Claydig at the moment. I'm ignoring Copperhill. I'm ignoring everything because I just need money. And so that's happening. Anyway, once I reduce waste, once I finally get transaction tracking, scribes... Oh, actually, this reminds me, now that I have positive state power, I need to get paid researchers too, for sure. That'll reduce my income by quite a lot. However, it will increase the odds of success, because these guys will be able to afford stuff, because normally the officials are rather poor. Where are the officials? There they are. But if I give them extra money, they'll be able to afford more furnishings and social access and things. However, I'm also just not producing so much pottery either, because I want to make life less good for my citizens so that they will die. I need them to die. Oh well. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. Sitting around waiting, and I'll be back once these things are finished being researched. Probably I'll get fermentation, but that's not a very interesting technology. Doesn't do anything by itself. So, more waiting. Not much has happened. I got a few technologies. I'm researching some now. I just logged in after a while of not being logged in, so I accumulated enough money that I could start doing some research. Anyway, on the left here I got fermentation, which does nothing by itself, but it does allow me to get cider, which I am researching now, and construction foremanship, which allows me to build architects, but those are not useful at the moment, so that doesn't matter. I also upgraded my weavers and cloth makers, which means Solburg now has more textile and wool production, and also more cloth production. A bit more. So, that's exciting. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here because these events on the top of the screen happened. A colony has evolved! Yes, indeed. Now this has a 5% tax on income, even though I set the income tax to 10%. Seems odd, but whatever. Anyway, that's that. So a colony evolved. And this is the treaty. What is this? I didn't sign this. Oh, I see. It's this is automatically created. Why did it involve giving the right for javelins? The idea for javelins. Interesting. Okay. Anyway, that's created. However, the bad news is this guy is inactive. So he just joined the game and left. I'm not sure how he became inactive, actually, because if he just joined the game in the past about 10 hours, he can't be inactive. Because to become inactive, a player has to be offline for, I think it's 2 days or something like that. So anyway, I don't really quite understand exactly why he's inactive. But anyway, he is. So what I can do is, yeah, this menu doesn't load properly. Anyway, he's the Margrave of the Margraviate of Indip. I don't know why he calls it Indip, but whatever. However, because he's inactive, I can kick him out. Kick him out. Expel character from the nation, misspelled. I don't know why I can't demote him. I wanted him to start as a Burgrave and then be upgraded to a Margrave. Oh, I just realized that Burgraves don't have taxes. There. Anyway, he's a Margrave. Because the character is inactive, child allows you to dismantle territories and share them between your subordinates or yourself. Oh, I see. So I could get woodcut back. I don't really feel I need to do that though. So I guess I can just if I click replace. Your rank allows you to nominate a successor of lower rank tech organization within the nation. Okay. Oh, I see. I can make him a Burgrave. There. Okay. No, I can't make him a Burgrave. I'm not sure how this works. Oh, I see. Because I recruited him, he's automatically a Margrave because that's rank 2. To be rank 3, that would be somebody that he recruits. I see. Okay. Well, fine then. Anyway, I think I'll expel him. Note the elephant subordinates. Well, I just want to kick him out. I want him to leave so that I can replace him with somebody else. But I'm afraid to click the buttons because I don't want to. Oh, there we go. I can send him to be a Burgrave. Oh, that was easy. Then I refresh the page, and he's now a Burgrave. Ah, okay, good, cool. Army Marshal allows him to control armies. I don't have an army. That page is empty. Okay. I know this probably isn't very interesting viewing, but it's interesting for me because I've never used these mechanics previously. Your rank allows you to dismantle territories recently. Set a new owner for this territory. So I can become the new owner. Well, I don't really want to do that. I just want to make this guy leave. Allows you to expel his current nation. Do I lose control of... Well, I guess I'll just have to click the button. Yes, I lost control. Oh, great. That's exactly what I was afraid of. I lost control of his settlement. Okay, I didn't know that would happen. Well, poop. I made quite a few changes. So the money problem was really quite severe. and I tried various methods of solving it. And my most recent attempt, which was a bit of a disaster, was to produce a lot of pottery in Solburg and then export it to my other settlements and have them purchase it and therefore make money. But that's not what happened at all, because I still don't really understand this, because I have to buy the pottery from myself via the state resource system, and then I send it to the other settlement where I buy it from myself again, and then people can purchase it and give me money. And so it's ultimately a massive loss where I lose my money twice over. It's a very bad system. I'm also frustrated with how money works in this game, because the game doesn't seem to decide whether the money is a physical currency, round bits of metal, coins, or whether it is something more like modern money, which is just sort of a representation of wealth, but not actually wealth itself. But you have to remind yourself that this is a Copper Age society. They don't have banks or debt or anything like that. And so how am I in debt when the money is a physical object? Either you have the money or you don't have the money. But you can't have negative money. That doesn't make sense when the money is physical, whatever. Anyway. I tried to make the pottery and I failed, so that's okay. I decided then that I would cause a population crash, which is what I'm doing. And this is good. We want this to happen because the big problem here is waste. And waste is being produced by my population. Population management minus 104. Waste, population corruption minus 21. That's the problem. That my population is too high. And as you can see, I have 67 people who are just sitting around doing nothing. I don't even need this large of a population. And so having a population this big is just hurting me. In order to cause that population crash, I took away all apples from the population. And also I somehow have positive 16 fish. I don't know how that happened. Whatever. So I took away all the population's access to apples so that now they have one less source of food, and most importantly, and I'll finally move the camera, I turned off these elders' councils because each one was costing administration and money to maintain. And so if I turn them off, I get more administrative points and more income, and also the higher administrative points lowers corruption, which means I get even more income. So turning off all these elders' councils increased my income quite substantially. But most importantly, turning off the Elders Council reduced this value, justice, to 30%. It used to be at 80-something%, I think. And this means that my conflict is going up, which is good because if my conflict goes up, that means there are more murders, and murders reduce the number of people. And they also... Actually, I think that's it. I think that's all conflict does, is reduce population growth. Anyway, so... We should shed some of our excess people now, and that is exactly what I want. The bad news is that it will also reduce the overall intelligence of my population, because intelligence is determined, at least as far as I understand, intelligence is determined by quality of life, and I've reduced their quality of life by taking away their source of justice and taking away their apples. Oh well. I plan to fix that once I finally get the ability to build scribes. However, I can't build scribes. They should be in this menu, but they're not, and I don't know why. I got transaction tracking, although this UI isn't loading properly, and of course it's not legible anyway. But this technology should have allowed me to make scribes, but it didn't. Also, I got fishing boats, which does nothing, and I just got cider as well, and that's my new money-making scheme. Is to produce cider. I have these cider mills under construction, and they then will consume these apples. I think I'm actually producing a bit too many apples. Maybe I'll turn on one of my apple orchards. And then, once I've start producing cider, I can then... I think cider uses... Yes, they use pottery, actually. Ah, so good that I made all these extra potters. I definitely totally planned that. Also, apparently we are distributing too much pottery. We don't need to distribute this much. Because apparently my population only needs 17 of it, so we just distribute 21, we should be fine. Or, yeah, we should be distributing 21. I have 3 pottery merchants, right? 1, 2, 3. Oh dear, these merchants are difficult to manage. Whatever. Yeah, I have 3 pottery merchants. No, I don't. I have 2. 2 pottery merchants. No, I have 3. Well, whatever. Fine. Anyway, I'll need the extra pottery in order to make cider. Also, I'm expanding my wool production as well to produce more clothing. Although my sheep production is very low because I unlocked the next level of butchers. So I can kill more sheep with fewer butchers, increasing my efficiency, meaning I don't need these butchers, which is just yet another bunch of people that I don't need. And so they've been released into the population too. They're a part of the unemployment as well. Oh well, it's fine. That's how you deal with unemployment people. You just starve them to death. Problem solved. What else? What else? I think that's about it for now. Those are almost done. I expanded the warehouses a bit. Not terribly exciting. Oh yes, I turned off these guard posts as well because they cost... Oh dear, I can't seem to click on this one. Ah. Oh there, okay. They each cost 1 administration and 1 coin to upkeep. And... oh, apparently they cost 1 administration even if they're turned off. Well anyway, that was losing my income too. It also was increasing my state loyalty, but I don't need to increase my state loyalty. If I lower loyalty, conflict increases. Conflict means fewer children is good. Lower the population. Okay. I think that's actually everything. Yeah, I upgraded more farms as well. Anyway, I do plan to make more sheep farms. But later. Currently I'm producing 10 cloth now. A bit more than previously. Well, I wanted to keep recording until these buildings were done, but unfortunately, I didn't have enough to say. I suppose I should start recording later. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Also, on the world map, you can see that my Burgrave is still inactive. I assume this guy just loaded into the game, saw a woodcut, was disappointed, and then he clicked the abandon button on the main menu and became inactive that way. So I just have to wait for this to be inherited by somebody else, and then I'll have to hope that that person signs an agreement to become my vassal. Woodcut has no source of leather, so that vassal should be pretty heavily restricted, should need me. And that needing then will cause the person to hopefully sign a vassal agreement so I can get my Burgrave back. And nothing's happened down here. I also lost a bunch of points when I lost that city. It's annoying. Oh, I'm in 6th place now. Well, that's exciting. Anyway, I definitely won't get these next few. Largest city, I need 1,920 people. I don't... There's no way I could have that many people until I get transaction tracking. Well, no, I already have transaction tracking. Until I get whatever allows me to build scribes. This supposedly allows me to build scribes, but I don't think that's true. I think this guy has the most technologies of anybody around me. Wine, helmet, sledge, olive oil. None of those things are really relevant, I think. I think sledge might be what I need. I'm not certain. Anyway, I suppose I'll just be waiting then. I need to accumulate money, and once I've done that, I will finally be able to get these last few technologies. I need about 800 gold for all of them. Irrigation will be good for improving my farms. So I'll be back once something happens. I had not planned to record right now because nothing much has happened. My income has increased a bit. It's up to 100 actually now, because of the reduced population of Solburg, and because this cider stuff is really profitable. This was a great idea, great money-making scheme. It's also made the lives of my citizens a little bit better too, increasing their alcohol's access. So the ones that don't die of starvation will be happier and healthier. Great, good stuff. Somehow drinking alcohol makes them healthier? Well, I don't really understand that, but don't worry about it. But anyway, that's not why I started recording. Also, the Burgrave, still abandoned. I started recording because I, as I logged in, got this idea. This was not given to me by another player. This just appeared in my list by itself. And if you look at this, Economic Pioneer, I need to get coinage active in order to get these victory points. And I absolutely plan to do that. And I'm making enough money now that tomorrow, after I've slept for a while, I'll have some extra money, and with that money, I will recruit some of these extra people, and I will send them north to this tile. This tile has silver, quite a lot of silver, and I need, to get coinage, I need 10 silver, and I only have 8. I got 8 in Claydig for free from an event, and once I get just 2 more silver, I can start with coinage. Also, I'll need 20 copper bars, and that's not a problem. I have set my basic stocks to 20, so that will be very slowly accumulated, getting plus 0.3 per cycle, but of course, I won't have enough silver for quite a long time, so don't you worry about that. Now, the issue is that this tile is quite distant. And so what you might think is that I might need to have my party of settlers sit in Copperhill for a while to get 100 movement points so they can go here, 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 here to the settlement. But if you look at this cost, that's movement cost of 9, that's 10, that's 11. So that's, what, 9 plus 11 is 20, 30, 34 movement points? 34 movement points to go to that tile, which is doable. I certainly could make it cost 32 movement points, or I could be sneaky and exploit a bug in the game where I can reduce the movement cost of going across a tile to 1 because there was once a settlement there. The movement cost of going through a settlement is always 1. See, the movement cost there is minus 1, go to 99, he's at 100 now, you see. But if you evacuate a settlement, like if I go to Copperhill here, and I were to click this evacuate button, which I definitely won't do right now, but if I click the evacuate button, the city just poofs out of existence. But, and this is important, the movement penalty reduction stays the same. So it'll still cost 1 movement point to go through the tile if there is a city there, or if there was once a city there. I feel like I just spent a really long time describing something that's actually fairly simple. Again, I had not planned on recording right now, I'm a little bit tired. Regardless, that's my plan. That is my goal. For one thing, coinage is just a good technology anyway. I want it no matter what, because it gives representative money and coinage, which are just 2 upgrades to your economic policy. I'll make a lot more money doing that. And also the next level merchant, which is nice, I guess. I don't think I can build it. I need a special something. I forget, that's a technology or a building, or I don't remember. Anyway, I can't do that, but I want that money. And of course I'll need 1,000 gold as well, but that's the least of my worries. I just accumulate money over time anyway. So, to this tile, and I'll be back. I don't know when I'll be back. So, something changed. There was a small hotfix which, air quotes, fixed the UI. You see that these text boxes now explain, and they now display correctly, although there's still this jagged edge around the letters making them very difficult to read. But, oh well. This screen, however, is not quite legible. Whatever. Also, a change that was unannounced was the change to movement point reduction. Now, if there was once a settlement there, that does not automatically reduce the movement cost to 1. The movement cost is only 1 if there is an active settlement there. If you abandon the settlement, the movement cost goes back to whatever it was before the settlement. That was changed just today, a few hours ago. So you can see this is Sinfeld, because this is where the tin is, which I will mine much later when I have bronze working. However, even though I settled it, if I move here, you see it still costs 7 movement points. So I had to abandon my previous strategy and just go settle the tile now, instead of making a little highway. Also, I forgot about these pork-odor souls here. I definitely do need to deal with them. At some point, I need to make some warriors. I should also deal with these guys. I just don't want to bother. Anyway, doesn't matter. I brought 30 men here to... They don't have enough movement points. Well, never mind. I just had an idea. I was working on the video footage, and it just occurred to me. I just realized these guys have plenty of movement points. So what I can do, because they're carrying all the stuff, I can just move them here, have them settle, no problem. Anyway, this place will of course be called Silberfeld. And because they have movement points, they should be able to settle immediately. Bam! Okay, good. And then we will disband those guys too. Okay, Silberfeld. Good. Oh yes, there's also another piece of artwork. Yay! This one obviously is a different artist than the last one. I approve. Good job. Okay, I forgot to show Silberfeld, actually. So this tile has quite a lot of... Oh, I forgot to bring spears to make fishers. Oops. Whatever, it is quite a lot of fish. 3. Pretty good. It also has some hunting. Oh, it has 2 hunting spots. This isn't a half bad tile. Anyway, he's finished loading all of its stuff. I also have a very low income, or a very high income? Well, I got Parliament now, which is increasing all of my state power. How's my income still so high? I don't quite understand that, but whatever. Anyway, this tile is actually pretty okay. It has all this silver, which is why we're here, but it also has fish and meat. Anyway, I only brought enough javelins to make 1 hunter because I'm dumb and I forgot that this tile actually had quite a lot more than that, but that's okay. I can also make some level 1 fishers. No, I can't. I need javelins for those too. Okay, well, make level 1 hunters. So I'll do that, and that's fine, whatever. We don't need that much food. We're just here to do some mining. This place doesn't need to be a super awesome settlement. Oh, I should probably not record this stuff. Oh well. Let's see. Let's put you... Be careful with this. Which is difficult. Because, well, actually. If I build stairs... There, okay. Now I should be able to... I should be able to go over here, whatever. Build mining camps wherever I like. So up here is pretty good. Up here as well is okay. No, it's not. There's no space. Wow. There's not enough room. .24. Why am I recording this? I should not record this. Okay, 0.24, there. Then I'll need to rebuild the stairs. Okay, so those will be built, and then we'll need a merchant. And then a warehouse. Now we need a warehouse. We can choose ground storage. Because we just have so much space here that it doesn't matter. I don't plan to do any wood cutting here. I don't plan to do anything else other than just mine silver. I might even keep this settlement in existence instead of destroying it after a little while, which is what I plan to do. In any case, I'm just showing you this in order to let you see how the settlement is founded. Anyway, once that stuff's done being built, I'll assign workers to it, and they'll start producing food and stuff. Oh, right, yes! I'll need water collectors as well. Not very many, obviously, just a few will be more than enough. Also, a Crusader Kings 2 expansion was released today, and I kind of want to play that instead of this game. But oh well. Maybe that will distract my enemies, and then I will be even closer to getting Economic Pioneer first. Anything else need to build here? I have sources of food. Yeah, I could go back and get some more javelins and stuff to make the fishers, but it doesn't matter. I don't need to collect all that food. I don't think so. I think we're pretty much set here. So I suppose I'll be back once we've mined some silver. Aha! Ha! I got it! Just about 5 seconds ago, this technology finished. Seal of approval, I got coinage, yes. However, the Tsardom of Bukovina already got the coinage victory points for me, so I don't get the victory points, but oh well, I still got coinage. I realized that I have not recorded in about 3 days. Partially it's because I've been busy with real-life things. Master's theses, I have learned, are difficult to write. But also, the Crusader Kings 2 expansion was released, and it's pretty good. So I've been playing that instead of writing my master's thesis. And instead of playing this game, too. Anyway, what you've missed is not so much, actually. I don't remember what I last recorded, but I got irrigation. Right now I'm researching metallic hats. My income is much better now because Solburg now has much more production of cider and consumption of apples as well. That's odd, pottery. I'm producing more clothing as well. Almost 14. I'm producing more of just about everything, actually. And the population has increased a bit since I last recorded, but not a ton. It's 1042, so it's not quite as high as it was when I let the population drop, but it's getting up there. Also, I renamed Silverfield to Silberkamm, because Kamm means like a ridge or a crest, and I thought that was better because the silver in this map is on the little crest. And also, I just like Kamm, I just like the word. Anyway, this place has a lot of leather from all the hunting, and so I decided that it would produce leather cloth, and that I would then export that to Solburg. So now Solburg has even more leather cloth. So, more people should have access to 2 kinds of clothing, which is pretty cool. Anyway, I don't remember anything else. But of course, why I'm recording is that I now can finally get Economic policies. Coinage. Plus 10 building efficiency. Minus 10 population conflict. Oh, wait. I forgot. I need to reinstate Parliament. Oh, I see. The UI has been changed again. I turned off Parliament because it was sucking away my money. Anyway, I finally got coinage, which gives me more building efficiency, less conflict, but most important is representative money, which gives me wealth from precious metals. And as you can see, I'm accumulating precious metals, particularly silver, so I will get a lot of money from this. And also the gold is there as well. I do need to get that at some point. Actually, considering I've just activated the state power thing, yeah, why not? Why not set up the gold, the gold mining right now? Oh, because I'm a little bit low on people. Nah, I could rework some factories or something, turn some things off, turn some other things on. And that'll work well. Anyway, now our loyalty should go way up, conflict should go way down. Things are great, things are good. Also, money should increase as well from the precious metals. I'm not sure how to see those. Is it here? Imported goods, city upkeep. Well, I don't know. Anyway, it's somewhere in there. I'm getting money now. And now I'm not entirely certain what to do, actually. This is the last technology I can get. Oh, I like this UI. This would be 54%, and I don't want to spend 30 leather on something that may or may not succeed. Nothing's happened in the south, and these guys, I think, are becoming inactive, actually. So I'm a little worried. What technology does this guy have? Not a lot, actually. Yeah, well, whatever. Anyway, I don't know what I'll do from here. I'll make the gold mine, but after the gold mine, I'm not terribly certain what else I'll have to do. Well, actually, there's bronze working. This tile has a lot of tin. This tile has a lot of copper. So once I get bronze working, I'll go to this tile, which I've already called Sinfeld. And that means Silberkamm will probably become a colony, because it has enough resources to support a very large population. I'm deliberately keeping it at a low population at the moment because I don't want to have to deal with the waste problem. But I could start farming there, and I could also catch fish there, and it has a lot of fish. And so its population could explode, and then I could just make it a colony. And that colony then could use the silver there to expand in the rest of this peninsula. But I'll only do that once I have my gold. Once I have the gold, I won't need the silver anymore. Anyway, I'll be busy with stuff for a while, I guess. Well, I think I will finally bring this video to an end after 1 hour of footage. And it was quite an hour indeed. I don't know how long ago I began this video, but this is definitely enough because 1 hour is way more video editing than I really want to do at once, and also because I have reached a bit of a stall in my civilization's progress. I founded the city of Gelbkranz, which is nothing impressive. I won't even bother loading it because it has an amazing 50 people living in it, and I have it just barely producing enough food to keep the miners alive, and that's it. That's all they do is mine gold ore. It's actually such a miserable place that I'm thinking of abandoning it, depending on how much gold is worth. I do have some gold in my capital now, and it is worth 121. That's pretty good. But I'm not really sure how this whole representative money thing works. Supposedly, increases wealth of all territories for each unit of precious metals in storage. But My income doesn't seem to be all that much higher, even though I have silver and gold, so I don't know. Maybe I just need a lot of it. I guess I'll let it sit around for a while. Anyway, in other news, I made Silberkam a bit better in that I have made it go over 150 people because I think I actually will make this a colony at some point. I want this to be somebody else's capital because this peninsula here it's just ripe for taking. It could be, my whole civilization could be this peninsula if only I could get players to join my civilization. But as we learned with my Burgrave here, that's difficult. Also, no one has replaced this guy. I'm hoping that next month, which is admittedly in 2 weeks, when the next batch of keys is released, I will get an influx of players, and people will want to participate in my civilization. I also don't know what I'll do about my victory points. I never really thought I would win. I won't replace the Tsardom of Bukovina. However, I thought I could maybe be in 3rd or 4th place, but losing that coinage thing was pretty bad for me. And these other two, population of 1920 and life quality superior to 30, I don't know if I can do that. That's pretty difficult. I also noticed that silver and gold have supply and demand. There's a demand for 1, ideally needed 26. Can I sell these, I wonder, to my population? Would I make tons of money doing that? I don't know, because then if I did that, if I had merchants distribute them, then I would lose the precious metals, and I don't want to lose them. As you can see, I only gain 0.1 gold per 90 minutes, so I'd rather not just throw it all away if I actually get more money if I just left it sitting around, so I don't really understand how it works. Anyway, I'm letting Solburg's population just sit at around 1,050 or so. It fluctuates a bit, but that's where it's staying. I won't even try to go to 1,920 people because that's just so high. That would make my income plummet massively. I can't do that until I get scribes, basically. And I can't get scribes until I don't know, until at some point I can't build them now. So I have to wait. With technologies, there are 2 technologies we're sitting around. I want to get taxation. I want to get knives. Knives is a pretty straightforward one. This tanning one, I guess I should get at some point. It has such a high difficulty, though, that I'd rather not try until the intelligence of my population increases sufficiently that I won't have wasted a 30 leather, because 30 leather is somewhat difficult to get. Anyway, at the moment, I need, of course, to wait for my money to return, which is taking a while. I only have an income of 51, and that is without paying for axes or copper production. And so I'm actually losing quite a lot more money than I was previously, because previously I had an income of about 70 while I was purchasing copper and axes. So I just have to wait, I guess. I need 1,100, about 1,200 money. So I need to wait a couple of days. Oh well. Anyway, I guess that's it. I can't really think of anything else to do at the moment. I don't want to increase my population because that would just increase the... Oh, where is it? The waste thing that would reduce my income even more. I don't want to develop my other cities because that would make them into big sources of waste too. This waste problem is sort of stopping me from doing anything at all. Oh well, I guess I'll just wait.